President Obama, First Lady Michelle, yesterday and today is a day not only of national tragedy and tragedy in general. It's just a tragedy overall as globally as far as humanity is concerned. And I think the speech that you made, President Obama, was wonderful. However, I wonder how in this country are we going to be able to move forward, and what are you going to do in your leadership to really secure finally getting gun laws under control where they're not as accessible. And as far as the national tragedy is concerned, I think I feel a level of not only just sadness for the people of Newtown, Connecticut, which I don't, which is in my part of the country. I don't only feel a sense of sadness, I feel a real sense of outrage. I feel a real sense of outrage on a number of levels. I feel a sense of outrage due to the fact that we have, at least every couple of months, some sort of sensational story regarding someone being shot, whether it's Trayvon Martin or whether it's, well, we can go back as far as Columbine. We could go to, I believe, Virginia Tech, was it? The shooting at the school in Arkansas. We can go back to all of those incidents. The shooting of 40 people in one weekend in Chicago, I believe. The shooting of someone, just the other day over in New York City here, in broad daylight, a shooting and killing of someone. And then a couple of months ago, also again, the shooting and killing of, I believe, a few people in front of the Empire State Building in New York. My question is, how are we going to be able to finally cut through the madness, cut through the red tape? And I think that for me, I'm feeling a little bit, and I want to have all due respect toward you, President Obama, but I'm feeling like you're speaking like you're just another constituent and not the leader of this nation. I understand your grief. I understand your feelings as a parent. I respect that. But what are you going to do? And I think but this is the reason why we elected you, because we need you to step into something more, in more than an experience as just a parent. And I say that with all due respect. And really get things going in Congress, in the Senate, as it applies to getting stricter gun laws passed. And, even if it has to do with finally sitting down with the American people, which most of the American people don't even understand the level and system of how government works. They don't understand how the laws work. They don't understand that you're trying to pass legislation a lot of times, and it gets blocked up in Congress. And a lot of them don't understand, what was it, that meeting that, was it, someone correct me if I'm wrong, it was Rush Limbaugh, it was Newt Gingrich, and a number of other high profile Republicans who met after you were elected, and they clearly said that they were going to actually make it their business to block every single bit of legislation. And I don't think first of all, that's been reported on the news, so I don't want to make it seem like I'm not reporting from a credible source, but anyone can check that, and if they have an issue with it, definitely feel free to say something about it. And I don't think the American people understand that it's more than just simply electing a president. Sure, you have the power to veto and override, I believe, actually certain laws. And I think you really have to start taking this into effect. And you've got to get Democrats. There's no reason that in your first term that you couldn't get Democrats on the same page with you. Like, who do these people think they are, And I kind of have to go back to say I don't fully agree with the leadership of George Bush Sr., but when he wanted to get something passed, he was going to get it passed. When he wanted Clarence Thomas in the U.S. Supreme Court justice nominated, he said Clarence Thomas is going to get nominated regardless of any of that excuse me, with all due respect to the entire situation, that situation with Anita Hill. He was going to get those things passed. So I'm just saying to you, President Obama, I think at this point in time, you're a wonderful president. You make beautiful speeches. You know, everyone's inspired, but we need more. Do you hear me, President Obama? We need more. Otherwise, we can just not elect anyone, because I don't feel like, you know, the speeches and stuff are terrific, and I'm not attacking you and saying this, but I'm just saying we as the American people have sat on the sidelines as you try to hold hands across the aisle, and I'm not attacking you and saying this, but I'm just putting it out there so you can see that this is not the approach that is effective. It is not working. The Gandhi and Martin Luther King and the Kumbaya approach is not working, President Obama, and I wish you would get that. And it's more so, it's bigger than you. You know, and even with your first debate, how passive it was. You know, we need to see someone stepping in the trenches for us, because people are suffering out here. Not only are they dying clearly, they are suffering financially. This entire world system is actually falling apart at the seams, and you don't need a conspiracy theorist or anyone else to say that. You can simply see it from the economics of the clear economic evidence of the situation. And there's no way that we as Americans, quote unquote, should be in this country for so long without work. It just doesn't make any sense. Whether or not jobs are being shipped over to India and things like that, it still doesn't make sense as such a country that generates so much commerce and enterprise should be so stagnant at this point. But the whole kumbaya thing isn't working, and we are sitting on the sides. We are the ones suffering, and no offense and no all due respect, it's not you who's suffering, we are. And I want to pull this conversation back to the gun laws, because I just want to say, I am begging you to please get in there, get in the trenches, and take care of the situation with the gun laws. And if you need us as people, you can't just email us. People get inundated with so much email every day that they don't have time to necessarily pay attention to every single email that's sent from the Obama camp, from the president. Not to mention in your campaign, I mean, I was sent so many emails every single day, whether it was from you or Joe Biden or Michelle or Beyonce or, you know, even Bill Clinton. You know, no one has time for all of those emails. You've got to start calling press conferences, calling and addressing the nation directly and talking about these gun laws that need to be tightened up, and people who need to be properly vetted and controlling access to these gun laws, because this is just simply unacceptable. And I'm not blaming you for everything that happens in this country. We can't blame you for the choices that this young man clearly made. I mean, he seriously made some choices. I mean, he decided to murder his mother and then decided to get in a car, make the conscious decision to drive to a school, couldn't get in, shot the door down. So for me, that's conscious, that's forceful intention. That is a strict intention. When you decide, you don't even change your mind, like, oh, you know what? I don't want to speculate anything about this situation with this young man who clearly was not mentally, he clearly had issues. But how much more are we going to deal with this? Whether it's in Aurora, Colorado, where people just paying $11 to sit down and get shot in a movie theater, or now we have to sit here and bear the loss, and we're not even, I'm not even related to any of these people in Newtown, but I have to bear the loss knowing that someone actually killed 5 to 10-year-old children. That's just unacceptable. It's unacceptable. And there's no way that you can stand here anymore, President Obama, and just talk like, well, this is a national tragedy and this, that, and the third. No, this is the reason why I elected you. It's one of the reasons. And this is the reason why people elected you, President Obama, because we are trusting that you are going to take the baton, run with it, and get things done in this term that that you learned you could not get done in the last term using the techniques, methods that you used, President Obama. And I'm sorry, I'm really not yelling at you. But the end of the day is this. Whether you work for the people of the United States, or whether you're working for a regular company, at the end of the day, it's all about results. And we need results. We need to do something about these gun control laws. I mean, the whole entire country is crying out about this. And I'm not talking about people complaining about it. I'm talking about there's a situation every couple of months where someone is absolutely dying senselessly at the hands of a gun. So you need to get into a leadership role and secure these gun laws and tighten them up once again, because this is just simply unacceptable at this point. And if you pull the nation together, tell us what you need. Do not email us. Emailing clearly doesn't really work. If you're and start calling people out. If you have Republicans in the, I don't know who passes the gun laws. I don't know if it's Congress. I can't think now which house it's in, whether it's the Senate or Congress that passes the actual gun laws. It's a really good thought to think about. But whoever is blocking the legislation, let us know. Call them out so that we can actually call these people and we can petition them to start voting in our interest, because people are dying out here. They are dying. And these children, please do not let them die in vain. Please do not let them die in vain. I personally don't want to hear any more about people getting shot and killed and stalked and hunted down like animals, and whether it's in a movie theater or a school. I don't want to hear it anymore, President Obama. I don't want to hear it anymore. And I'm sorry. Again, I am not attacking you. I am just saying it is ridiculous to sit around in this country and constantly feel like who's on first as far as laws are being passed. I'm just sick of it. So please get into action, get into the trenches, and no, you cannot, maybe that's your own personality style, President Obama, but we have elected you. So please stop with the roles playing of Gandhi and Martin Luther King. It does not work in politics. We need you to do something about these gun laws. And I've had enough. Everyone's had enough. It's just that time. Thank you very much.